Hey guys, welcome back to Rider Week. This is the Reiwa panel. How's it going? Everyone still hanging in there?
Yes, I am hanging in there.
Awesome,
I live for today.
So let's start with the usual the business. Don't forget, we still have our sale going on bluefinbrands.com. We have lots of Kuga stuff and also 0-1 stuff. If you happen to be in the New York area, make sure to go by the Tamashi pop-up shop. Say hi to Darius and pick up an SIC Kuga. You'd be real good friends with him after that because he loves Kuga. So, and then let's go to the next one. Yeah, we have all kinds of things: logo stands, Ichiban statues. We have some Ultimate Luminous coming right from Gashapon. All kinds of good stuff happening right now at the store. And all the logo stands are actually $10 right now, so it's a real good deal for you. We have a deal on the Ziku Driver special set, and for every DX belt you buy, you do get a free black belt extender for us me-sized people.
Also, I want to say the silver one's also available on there as well, just in case,
$10.
Don't forget, guys, that the 50th anniversary Typhoon CSM has been announced. So make sure you just start saving just now. Start right now.
Get like a piggy bank and just put pennies in there until.
Yeah,
it comes with a full-size Hongo, just so you guys know.
Oh man,
you actually become an actual Kamen Rider. It's crazy.
Just Hongo, no suit, just Hongo.
And then for all our figure fans out there, the Shinkocho Seiho Dark Kiva is available for pre-order right now from our friends at So Collectibles, Big Bad Toy Stores, Night Media, and Mega Road and Image Anime. Make sure to go by and support them. They're a big part of why we're able to do what we do. Before we go further, comment already. Gaim bless us all and Global Sausage forever. Just to point that out.
Man.
Also, the Samashi Lab, Satan Saber is also available from the same partners. Definitely go by and show them some love, guys. And then also GameStop. GameStop's been a huge part of why we've been able to do what we've been able to do. They actually have some belts still in stock that we don't have. And they do have the exclusive on the Silver Belt Sengoku Driver Arc Edition. So
nice.
Thank you. Next one. So the shirts are available. Mine is in. I am wearing mine. They're pretty awesome. Go to Amazon.com/Kamen Rider Store to see all the different merchandise that we have with the 50th anniversary logo on it. So definitely go by and check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then one last thing, please make sure you go by pband.us, check out the Gaim Soto stuff. Not just because it's Gaim, even though that would be a good enough reason on its own, but just to go support and show them that you want Kamen Rider figures on pband.us. And also, if you're interested, which you should, because it's also Gaim, we're doing a Soto Gaim giveaway. And I promise I'm not going to take it. I am going to give the gift of Gaim to one lucky winner. So. I believe that is bluefinbrands.com/Rider Week giveaway. So check it out. Or
bluefinbrands.com/contest. Those two will lead you to the contest.
Awesome. And then last chance, guys, for the Rider Week Henshin Together video. Tonight is the deadline. Make sure you sign up and submit your video. If your video happens to be bigger than the 25 megabyte limit, you can also send a link in the description for us to download it. But I will be not sleeping tonight to finish editing all of this because I guarantee you at midnight, my computer's going to go like crazy. But it's fun. And tomorrow at the end of the Q&A panel, we will show the supercut version of everyone's henshin together. And then later on, we'll have a video that's just literally everyone's henshin put together, unedited, in its entirety. So it's the only way we can do a meetup this year, guys.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Q&A, is we also just put up a post about if you have any questions, leave them down there. So we'll gather as much as we can and then answer as much as we can tomorrow too. So
yeah, and questions that have the word Gaim in it do get priority. There
is a question on there about Gaim and banning you from saying it. So
it's possible. It's possible.
I can't wait to put that on a PowerPoint.
It's Blade's time.
Actually, who is that person? They are banned from enjoying Kamen Rider now. Tell them
that. No. All I want to say
global Natsu.
But anyways, guys, so yeah, that's all our announcements. So let's get into it. Talking about the Reiwa era, starting with you, Carl. Let's go and just tell everybody who you are, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I'm Carl. Probably, if you guys seen any streams this week, been hanging out all week. I run the podcast Tokudan. We talk about all kinds of tokusatsu, Kamen Rider, all that nonsense, and I stream on Twitch and play all kinds of games that I like. So
cool.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Jem, and I'm from Pronghorn Heroes, just a YouTube channel where we unbox stuff, do reactions to episodes weekly, and kind of just have a good time.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm
Brian.
Brian. I am one of Bluefin's customer service people. So typically, if you're complaining about something, I'm probably one of the first people to hear about it.
Yes, please be nice to him. He carries a lot on his shoulders.
Hey guys, I am Hollywood Zach. I'm one of the co-hosts of the Ranger Command Power Hour podcast. I am a huge Toku nerd. Kamen Rider is love. Kamen Rider is life.
Yes.
Hey, I'm Ranger Liz. For these purposes, I am Writer Liz, though. And I do a show called the Ranger Week in Review, where every Friday I break down everything that happened in the week for news in Power Rangers, Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, Ultraman, and whatever else Toku I just think's fun, because I just like Toku.
Nice. All right, then. Well, let's get started. There's only a couple shows so far, obviously, so it's not as expansive as the two previous eras. But let's talk about how we feel, about the Reiwa era so far. For me, 01 was the first show I ever watched that was, as it was airing. So it was very cool to watch it, real time with everybody else, but also frustrating that I couldn't just hit next like I had grown accustomed to.
Yeah.
But yeah, AJ, I'll start with you because I'm feeling nice today. So go for
Cool.
it.
Thanks for being nice. I want to say that, you said you're watching it weekly. I want to say that there are definitely Rider series out there that it's better as weekly because the hype is so real. And I think 01 is perfect for it being that hype. Like every week we were just like, oh man. Like I think when we got to the point where, spoilers, like with Jin and stuff later on, it was just like, oh, this stuff happened. And like you had to wait a whole week to find out the results, and that weekly stuff really gets to you. It just builds up and you just talk with your other friends who are just like, did you see last week's episode? Did you see this week's episode? Isn't it like amazing? And then there's the series where you just feel like you could just binge it. And for me, I feel like Saber is definitely that type where I'd want all of it out and then I can go and watch it as we go through.
Nice. I did see a question. Wait, oops, I'll type it fast. 01 had a bit of a rough ending, but a solid run in total. I would change a few things though. So about that, at 4:00, we do have an interview going live with the producer of 01, where he does talk about the ending and then also some of the challenges they face. So definitely, tune in to watch that to get it straight from the source. That's the most official answer you could possibly get on any of that stuff. So.
Yeah.
Very true.
Cool. Carl?
I just want to put on the table there. Are we talking spoilers today?
Let's try
not to do spoilers.
Yeah,
before I go off,
it is
I
coming
just
to
wanted to make
America
sure.
now.
Good. Yeah, that's good. So
Before I go off. All right. So I have to agree with AJ. I think 01 is a perfect kind of what we were talking about. Was it yesterday? We were talking about the perfect Rider entry series. I think 01 is that. It's a good kind of culmination of everything being the first season in this new era. It's a great culmination of everything from the past. There's some characters that just embody Heisei. There's some characters that embody Showa. And overall, it feels like a new age Showa show almost with an actual story, unlike, run around and slap people in goofy costumes. But yeah, so far, I'm one of the few people that's actually enjoying Saber just for the entertainment value. And I mean, I don't put any weight on it more than I like to giggle at the fun things happening on my screen and clap my hands. So, I mean, other than that,
I'm with you on there.
Great.
I'm with you with that.
Yeah, I'm not expecting much. So as long as I can clap my hands at whatever's happening, I'm for it. So yeah.
All right. Oh, here's a comment. Kamen Rider Saber just getting better and better week after week.
We'll talk about that.
That's true.
It's true.
Oh, wait. Here's one that's very important. I'm almost done with 01. If I get spoiled, I'm going to be sad.
So we are not going to spoil now. We don't want the sad badge
Just
out
for
there.
this one guy. Let's not
No,
spoil it.
do it for Floof. Do it for Floof.
Hashtag do it for Floof. Awesome. All right.
Yeah, I right off the bat, I just have to let everybody know 01 is so far my favorite series. I've been watching Kamen Rider for years at this point, but there's something about 01 that I love so much. So I can never compare the two because that would just be so unfair to Saber.
Yeah.
Although I'm really enjoying Saber. We've been watching it weekly, and it's honestly like it's been fun. I usually think that the beginning of a Rider season is like the first 12 or 13 episodes. So after the first episode, I kind of judge it, but I usually like to give it some time. And Saber has been delivering these last couple of weeks, so I'm enjoying it and I love it. But I know that Reiwa doesn't have that many riders. I feel like with 01 and Saber combined, they have enough drivers to like beat Heisei, you know,
For
like they have
sure.
so 01 and Saber have so many different drivers. Saber having a rider every other week. So I don't know. There's not that many seasons, but they got them on drivers at this point.
Yeah, like I think when 01 had ended, or at least was playing, I had made a joke with David where I was like, "Oh, how many drivers could there possibly be in this series?" And I gave him like a double digit number at the end of where we are now. I'm like, why is it still like this?
It's like 11 or something ridiculous like that. Like,
We
it's
haven't
crazy.
gotten the final forms yet, guys.
Exactly.
If you honestly
I know,
think about
but
it,
when AJ said
the
that,
only
he's like,
thing-
how many could there be? And I was like, I kind of know, but don't want to tell you.
I joked about Saber too, where I was like, "Oh, what's the next rider gonna have? Like 12 or 13?" Granted, the sort of logos. I'm like, "Oh my goodness, why?"
the only reason why like Reiwa hasn't beaten out the amount of writers in Heisei so far is just because Ryuki is in there. That's honestly just my opinion. Ryuki's got a ton of writers, and Saber is just catching up already.
Mhm.
It's
Getting
insane.
close, yeah.
That's true.
Awesome. Cool. I guess go to you, Zach.
All right. So yeah, 01, such a fantastic series, and it had that unique challenge of not only putting out content in a new era, but also dealing with like the global pandemic while doing that. So I think for what it had to go through in terms of that, like it came out as a fantastic series, and
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll get mentioned in the interview video you were talking about. I can't wait to check that out. Saber for me, it's fitting to probably liken it to a good book. A good book takes a few chapters to get going and get you interested and get you, invested in the story. And I felt the exact same way about Saber. Saber was a slow burn, but yeah, these last few weeks has really been picking up for me, and I'm excited to see what comes next.
Cool. And Liz, can I assume that you like 01?
It's such a cute plush. I'm not gonna lie.
So adorable.
I mean, come on, guys. We should just turn it into a sing along.
Seriously.
Ever. His jokes are just amazing. I loved 01. I love Jen. I love Aruto. I loved Izu. I love the Ames and Thouser as much as I wanted to like slap him. By
Oh, here's a villain you love to hate because he's
Yeah,
just so
you just-
smarmy.
yeah, you do. Man, but yeah, overall, I mean, just what you guys were saying with the pandemic and everything, it just like how they ended up having to finish the show was still I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to buy it so
That's
I can
true.
have my
Very
my
good.
copy there. And Saber, I mean, it's kind of like what a lot of you guys said. It was a little slow. I kind of fell off the bandwagon, got busy with everything else, and then the last 4 days I've binge watched like 15 episodes.
Oh snap!
And yeah, by the end I was really sad. I was like, I don't have another episode to go to, guys. I'm all caught up now, and it made me sad. But yeah, once it's really been picking up, and I'm like, okay, I do love I'm sure we're gonna talk about like henshin devices and stuff, but as far as like books and that whole theming library and stuff, it's really, really fun. And I do love the suit.
Right,
Yes.
right. Okay. Now, I mean, speaking of henshin devices, because there's been so many already, what would you guys say is your favorite henshin device so far?
Ooh.
AKA,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with you.
Of the Reiwa
I-
era?
Yeah, the Reiwa
Yes.
era.
So I'm gonna go straight for 01's, like straight like the belt, like that belt alone, because not only was like that belt is really fun to play. Like I think the moment I got it, I'm like, look how shiny this is. Like I was like, this is a really nice belt. The progress keys fit well in your hand, like as a toy. You know, you're like usually these are expected for kids, but like in my hand, I'm like, this is good. This is a good size. And then like later on, you know, we're gonna get his final form, and I'm just like, oh, wow, it's just an add-on to it. Oh, this is amazing. Like, I think the belt itself just looks clean, and the noise, like you know, all the sounds that come from like the progress keys are really fantastic. And I love to hear what the difference is between the Force Rise like belt and then put it in between the 01 belt. You know, there's always like an extra added sound effect.
I really do have to agree with AJ on in terms of like 01 for Reiwa being one of the best belts that we got.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so versatile in general. You have multiple add-ons. It's not just his final form. There are more that you can add on to it that I'm going to avoid saying for spoiler reasons. But
Yes.
overall, as a belt, it's super versatile. And it's just overall really fun to play with. Especially like you can see right here, I have the progress key. I do own it. So it's a fantastic series, and just hearing the word jump and all of like what they do is just amazing to hear. Like, plus all the jingles is fantastic. Like 01 has an amazing like soundtrack,
Oh yeah.
and that's
For
just
sure.
one of the best things that just drew me into the show. So
Like Liz was saying it, she was like 01, 01, 01. And I'm just like, oh no, it's stuck in my head.
Yeah, I do love. I love all the key noises, especially everybody jump, jump. I love that.
Yeah.
you
Don't
mean
get tired of that.
And then you get the Microsoft Sam voice at the end, where it's like,
Uh-huh.
"We're jump to the sky, turn to a rider kick."
Yes.
yes?
Beautiful little touch.
I remember in the early days, somebody found a text-to-speech program on a website that was that exact same voice. Like they found the exact one.
Wow.
And so for the first week and a half, the fandom was just like, what if this was a belt sound and they're typing in like the most the terrible things you can type into the text-to-speech program?
That is
Oh.
not child friendly.
For sure.
Oh, fans. Awesome. So, Carl, what's your favorite thing, a henshin device from the Reiwa era so far?
So I love the 01s in general, just as an all-encompassing thing. I love them a lot, but there's one in particular in Saber that holds special to my heart, two actually. But so it's kind of a tie. But Genbu's big dumb sword is the most beautiful thing ever, because I have, if anyone can see, I have a sweet spot for big dumb swords. That's a berserk tattoo, if you don't know. That's a whole other conversation, probably not appropriate for most of this crowd. But yeah, I love big dumb swords, so I'm all for it. And then the other one is the Slashes sword, the
yes.
gun. I think that character is my favorite character so far in Reiwa, besides our god, Fua. So yeah, Slash is just amazing, and I love the Genbu sword just because it's a big dumb sword, and I will stand outside whoever I have to get a CSM full-size Genbu sword. So
Yes, I'm on with you with that.
Actual metal and sharpened.
Full metal. I want rocks to cling onto it when I put the book in and everything. I want people to be craters in the ground when I hit them.
Yeah, like I want to know when I swing, it is that really big impact. I love that effect in that show, and I want it in real life.
Dude, I want to be able to pick up the sword and actually swing it, because
Yeah.
That is overrated.
Stone at this point.
No, I'll drag it along the ground. Like,
Oh my god! Actually, quite light.
Riders are strong.
Yeah,
That's true.
he's a strong dad. He needs to be for his son. You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
The-
I think for me, I same as Carl. Both of those swords are my favorite in Saber. I own both of them. They're right up here and down there. I love them so much. And those were like, I saw the toy scans and I was like, must. That's a need already pre-ordered. You know what I mean? But I got to grab. Hold on. If we're talking 01, it's got to be this puppy right here.
Yes.
I can't tell you how excited I was when I found out that not only does it go on his waist, but you can take it off his waist and use it as an actual like weapon. That to me blew me away. And this was also like I saw it and I was like, that's a must. I need that pre-order, you know.
That thing was both very cool and very terrifying when we had the writer meet up in New York. Please,
my
please, God, we did a whole video. Please don't bring this.
I want to say, like, during, I think it was Anime NYC, I had bought my mine from Image Anime, and I was like, yes, I love playing with this. And I thought, I'm in New York and I have to fly back to California. This has to come with me on the plane. Oh no. I was like, oh no. Take away the batteries. This is not going to make any noise whatsoever.
Oh gosh. But yeah, if I had to give it to any, it'd probably be the Shot Riser. And second would probably be the Slash Riser. That, you know, everybody knows what that is. I'm sure if you've seen 01, but that one is so good.
But like punching bullets, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Brian?
I think it's talked about it, but if it's for Saber, I kind of like the Shadow one. It actually slipped my mind because like I haven't seen Saber in a bit, but the guy who turns into the sword.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious. I love that sword.
It's like, hilarious.
Yeah, I think like majority of the fights, if he was just that, he would win a good portion of his fights.
He literally turns into a Gundam bit. That's what he turns into.
Yeah. So the Sword of Light and is just fantastic. I enjoy that little gimmick, especially like the idea is like it's basically kind of like X8 where you have the guy who turns into the bike and people ride him. Instead, you just get Saber using him. So
that's true.
Oh, thank you, Chad. Psycho, that's what his name was.
There you go.
I feel bad.
Chat knows all, so
I know.
Nice. Okay. Next. Yeah.
You know, I love 01. 01 Driver's fantastic. But I gotta go with Carl and just say, man, Buster's sword is just big dumb swords are fun. I love it. I am also really into, as we saw premiere in this latest episode of Saber, Durandal's Trident sword. I'm a sucker for Trident. And this thing can be a trident and a sword. And it's like, I need this. I need this right now. Can I, Toei, please, where do I send my money?
It's kind of wild, too, because like that sword, like he just picks up, swaps around, and I'm just like, isn't that a blade?
And then it grows like 3 feet while it's in the trident mode.
Where did that come from? Who cares? It's awesome.
Don't worry about it. Don't
same thing. It's the same.
So, like, yeah, I want that very, very much. Toei, just tell me where to send the money and I will.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna I love like all the other ones, but just for the sake of, you know, being a little different, I'm gonna give some love to Sabers, because I really do love like the fact, like the books. I'm not gonna take them out because they'll, you know, make a ton of sound. But I love the books, and they flip, they make the picture. You can use it for a few different writers by swapping out this bit. It's his actual weapon. You can just put like the books up to the weapon to have it read other things. And there's just, it's fun. Like, you know, I play as an adult, like I just have it up there and every once in a while I play with it. But my daughter's 4 and she loves this thing. She plays with it all the time. And so if it's good for me as an adult and mostly collector and a kid playing with it at the same time, that's a quality toy right there.
For sure.
Nice. Yeah, I do have one favorite thing, and it's from 01. It's the, let me just to make sure people can see. Let me zoom in. So it's this is the best part of 01 ever. I thought I'd get that in there. Gaim is everywhere, guys. You cannot escape.
I will say,
it.
David, you gotta get your hands on the Gaim one. So
I know. I will.
I'm holding this hostage just because I know you don't have it. So
yeah, I have a lot of these hanging around. So the progress keys are amazing.
AJ mentions hostage, but I want to remind everyone this is all mine.
Oh yes, that's true.
I will.
This is
find
all
you.
mine now.
I will look for you, and I will find you, Brian. Oh man! But I mean, so. Oh wait, hold on. Very important.
This is like, oh my goodness!
Yes.
I knew it.
Look, guys, as we just said, the chat knows all. Here's
I
another
do want
one.
to bring up.
Juicy.
Actually,
I-
I love that commercial that they have for those gummies. I will say,
Mhm.
every writer year, I look forward to the commercial just to be like, this is so absurd. Like they have it looks like it's the same kid. And this commercial's been going on since Gaim. And I'm like, is this kid the same age? Like, how's he
no.
not aged at all? Like,
They put him in stasis between shows.
oh my
So
goodness.
they just pull him out when they need him.
When they
He's
need the
aged like 2
commercial?
days in 15 years. So
They
I've
just-
never had
they-
that gummy either. So
They filmed it like 15 times and they're just holding it in the vault. They're like, well, here's
wow.
2028's Juicy. He's a grandpa at this point.
Oh man. Oh wait, hold on. Let's see. Here's one. God does not age.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wait,
I
hold on.
I can't wait for the
one
I can't wait for the
more.
Q&A tomorrow.
Oh, no.
I,
I do want
hey.
to mention real quick,
Go for it. Yeah.
like we talked about all of the drivers in Saber. I'm still waiting for Tassel to get his own.
No.
Ooh,
Give it
yeah.
time. Give it time.
It's bound to happen.
Liz, did you ever come around on Tassel? Or
No.
is he still creepy to you?
See,
Nah.
my thing with
Dude,
Tassel,
I would feed him to a dragon.
Oh my god.
my thing with
I-
Tassel is he reminds me of the G Gundam announcer in the beginning. So I'm just waiting
Yeah.
for him to rip off the eye patch and be like, "Let's fight."
Dude, I've tried to come around to him, but even just like, I don't know, episode 28, 29, there was this like still of him looking, and it's like he's staring into your soul, and I had to look away from my computer. There's just
Bone lecture.
I think that's so
Kamen, it
interesting
freaks me
because
out.
I think even in Showa era they had they've always had a narrator narrating what's happening, and like for us like Tassel is sort of like that. To me it feels like it's that little homage to like Showa, like yeah we'll have a narrator. It's sure Tassel is probably not the one we want to know as the narrator, but he's our narrator, and
I didn't expect
kinda like
Tassel
it.
to actually interact with the characters. I just
Yeah.
thought he was a
Yeah,
narrator.
that. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
like I think when Psycho showed up I'm like
Wait, what?
is this canon? I'm like what's happening?
Yeah, he's an enigma, and I'm. It's all right.
Sorry Tassel.
It's not for me. That's what I
Yeah.
say. You know what? Whenever a show like that, when there's something in there, I go, it's not for me,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
There-
not
but
made for me.
There's somebody out there who loves Tassel,
But yeah,
and I'm happy for you,
somebody-
whoever you are.
Right here. I'm here.
Right, you love Tassel. Tassel is not wrote for me, and that's fine.
I would love to have like a night out on the town with Tassel, honestly, just to see what like
Wait.
what
I mean,
stuff
I could be there
he's
for that.
magical
he's
too,
trying to
right?
do. You know, like I don't
Yeah.
know. Seems like he can have a good time.
Oh, that's very true. Tassel is just a Reiwa version of DJ Sagara.
Yeah, like
Which
He
Which
could
I
just be
love.
DJ Sagara and tie it into Gaim,
Oh.
honestly.
Yeah, there you go.
see now you're thinking big brain.
oh stop.
Not like this.
Oh man. So I mean, it's only been 2 eras, but I know a lot of people have favorites, already. Like for me, I really like the Human Gears, mainly Izu. But I really did like Hirobi, more towards the end of the show. I won't talk about why, but some of his frustrations with humanity is very, very relatable. So I was like, you making some good points though. Like you do suck. So, but AJ, for you so far, what you see in Reiwa, who would you say is your favorite character so far?
I'm gonna give it to 01. I really like Jin's character. I like that burning falcon design, and also from his original character to looking like a JRPG character to like Two-Face with his half suit. Like that suit. Oh, it's weird. I went on like Bandai Fashion and I saw how much that suit is. I'm like, this is ridiculously expensive. And then we have Toma for Saber, and I'm like, dude, his drip is like expensive as well. What is happening? But every episode he comes in with like something hot and new, and I'm like, wow, how can you afford all this? Like those books must be selling.
Sweet. That's
Yeah.
Gotta
I have like this running thing where I've always like given each writer like each a quick character, and I used to say like Gaim was the crybaby writer, like he was crying all the time, but I gave that title up now to Toma. Toma is 100% big crybaby, and I kind of like it, like he weeps for his friends too, but he does it in like style.
For the record, Gaim weeps for humanity because he's a gracious god. So
Well, at first it was with his friends.
everyone's
And
his
then it
friend.
turned
Because he's a
Time
god.
it was like the fruit on
His
the
friends
vine.
are
so-
his humanity.
Anyways, all right, Carl.
My favorite is Fua by far so far. So again, I'm not going to get into specifics, but this man's entire purpose was crumbled around him to the point where he found out his entire existence was a lie. And
Yeah.
how that happens, you have to watch. But the fact that he bounces back from that and has one of the coolest forms of the entire show by the end of it is, I love it. I love every second of it.
Like that, his final form, like, well, at least that, you know, I have that progress here, but you know, that scene itself, like that was burned into my memory. I'm like, damn.
And like when I was saying earlier, like it has Heisei, like I always view Aruto as the Showa rider. He's a Showa rider. And then Fua is the Heisei equivalent. Like look at his final form. When you guys watch it, like that is a Heisei final form if I've ever seen one.
It totally
That is the same as any final form from the last 20 years. So like to me, that's just adds to the beauty of the show in general. And Saber's just not there yet to have a character for me that's hit that level. Not to say that anyone can't get there. I think there's promise, especially like, you know, everyone was saying the last couple episodes. But as of right now, it's Fua, just because he's had the most interesting. And again, I like Blade, so I'm depressing. Fua has a depressing arc. That's really what it is. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll off of Carl right there. Fua is my choice as well. We were talking yesterday, saying how excited we were for the panel, and he called it the Fua panel, and I was like, that's so accurate.
Last time we talked Reiwa, it was all Fua.
True. Or Fua boys.
Yeah. And like he was saying, like the story from beginning to end, his character development, all his forms are some of my favorites in Kamen Rider. His relationship with Naki, all of that stuff just culminates to like an amazing character. And it's one of those seasons kind of like Kabuto or can't think of another one right now, but where the secondary rider kind of feels like the main rider, you know? And
Bill?
thank you, Build.
Banjo.
Perfect example. So like to have a scenario like that while Aruto still felt very important and I felt like he shined a lot. Fua was definitely that's me right there. Fua was definitely one of the stars of that show, and I love that man to death. I probably cried more for him when the show ended than I did for Aruto or Izu, and I cried for Izu. It's on YouTube, you can see it. But Fua got me. Fua got me.
Yeah, Fua's actually my favorite. In terms of 0-1, he's my favorite writer.
There we go. I told you.
Yes, I mean, like he says, 3 Fua boys.
Oh wait, the guy henchings with a punch.
But he punches a bullet.
That first episode when he did that, I was like, whoa,
iconic, dude.
What
it's iconic.
a henshin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
shooting the hole through like that trailer too, and just
It was like 6 of them. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Especially, his final form is just him getting shot over and over again, or he finally becomes his like best form, and that form in itself is just so flashing. Like all of the things that he can do, like it was way cooler than like most of like some of the 0-1 stuff that we got. So I really enjoy Fua. In terms of Saber, I don't have a favorite character, but I love Caliber as the overarching writer.
Which version?
Okay. Now, hear
I don't
me
think
out.
we should go there personally.
I want to highlight one of Caliber's actors who we never actually get a lot of information for, and that's the very first Caliber.
I see you. I know what you're saying.
Because he's the actor for Naoya Kaido, the Snake Orphanot in Fies, and he's one of the best tokusatsu villains, as he's Fua Juzo in Shinkenger.
Yes.
So I'm kind of sad that he didn't actually get as big of a prominent role, but like I would love to see it fleshed out because he's just one of the like two of the funniest characters, and well, one of the funniest characters because Snake Orphanot's hilarious, and one of like the people you don't really want to interact with because Juzo is actually genuinely like scary. He will mess you up.
Okay.
Nice.
Man, I gotta break from the pack here and say when it comes to 0-1, Aruto.
Get out.
No, stay.
Naruto's amazing.
My favorite characters typically tend to be characters I can identify with. And that first episode where it's like, here's this guy who just wants to entertain people and be funny, and now suddenly finds himself burdened with this responsibility, but he's still going to be his same goofy self and do it his own way. Like, instantly endeared me, and I said, that guy's my rider. Awesome. I can't wait to see, where his story goes. Like you said, Jem, absolutely crushed at the end of the series. And I didn't record myself tearing up, but I definitely teared up.
I believe it.
I love
Now,
Aruto.
honestly.
Aruto, yeah, he wins. When it comes to Saber, I think my favorite character so far has to be Buster. Just like, he's a single dad trying to just do right by his kid and save the world, and that's admirable. So I think he wins favorite character so far.
Also, that kid has shown up 2 times in within the last Toku shows. I'm like, okay, he's in Saber. He's also in the previous Super Sentai. So I'm like, this kid's on a roll.
Yeah.
For me, for 0-1, I gotta go. I gotta go Ruto. I loved him. I loved him. He tried so hard to just make people smile and laugh and be happy. And like, the show must go on, and he never gave up, even whenever nobody laughed at his jokes. He didn't give up when the world almost ended. He just kept on doing his thing. And that's how you know it's a Ruto. We'll give a quick shout to I would say Saber, the character that I think I'm most intrigued and I really want to watch throughout the entire show and stuff with. Maybe Kento. I kind of want to. I think I'm enjoying kind of where he is right now, what he's up to. So I think he's gonna kind of be my character to watch. Maybe my favorite right now to watch.
It's kind of funny because I know Carl's like, oh, I love Blade, and he's like sad boy, but also at the same time, right now in Reiwa, for Saber, the secondary Blades is also having some sad boy moments also in the show, and I'm just like, all right, Blades is the answer.
He's making himself sad, to be fair.
Yeah, he has a choice.
He really does.
True.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh hey, here's another comment. Reiwa is 2 for 2 for female writers.
That's
That is
true. We had Valkyrie, and we have the new one that just premiered. She's pretty badass.
It's terrifying.
Sabera.
It's like,
she's a villain I absolutely hate because she plays her role so well, and I can't. I loathe her.
So here's a question from the chat. What's your favorite finisher so far from the Reiwa era?
Dang, that's tough, but it is going to go into 0-1. I think the first time he did that finishing kick was like, as soon as the letters started popping up, boom, 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 and then and then I was like, sold on it 100%.
Yeah, I gotta go with Bowser because it's presented by Zaya. Who puts that in their finisher? like these hands presented by Zaya. I love it.
We should have put on the stream presented by Zaya.
I want a T-shirt. These hands presented by Zaya.
Exactly.
You can buy Thouser boxers presented by Zaya.
Yes, that's true.
They will put, if they can make money on it, they're gonna make it. You can buy boxers. You can buy that human years ab muscle. Or whatever.
That's true.
I can finally have abs. That's awesome.
You just gotta buy a bunch of them.
That's fantastic.
I forget which subgroup it was, but when I watched episode 1 of Saber, in the opening credits, it did say presented by Zaya, and I was like,
yeah.
Good.
I watched
Thank
that
you,
one too.
subgroup.
I think if you look now at the credits, they also have the Ore Journal, and all the other, and Smart Brain. So they have all the other companies that are just actual companies in the Rider universe. I thought
that was cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Ooh, I agree with Dragon Halls.
Boxers 100 or 1,000% more efficient, so it's fine.
Here's one for you four guys.
It's so good. I love it. It's so dumb. It's fantastic.
Definitely.
One of my favorite finishers is definitely honestly the Rampage one. I can't even get into it without spoiling everything. Like that the first one he does against you guys know who, when he clotheslines them, I was sold right there. That was it. Game over.
Cool.
He takes them. Like, I love fighting games. If you don't know that, I love fighting games. So watching this dude clothesline someone and then Zangief throw them into the air to mess them up, I am all for it.
Yes.
Oh man, no, I really love the Rampage Gatling progress key. Like when I got it, I'm like, it's not gonna be like it was at the show, and I spun it. I was like, yo, it's really doing it. You know,
You're doing it.
My favorite is probably actually Shining Hoppers. The first time that we actually see it, and you have like all of the like different hoppers coming in together just for one final kick. And I'm just like, dude, that's actually really cool. Plus, the entire idea of the entire gimmick of like the AI like reading all the moves, really good.
right? Yeah, awesome. Yeah, which they talk about, by the way, in the interview. You know, how they decided the
nice
sounds and everything. They even go into why Aruto is named Aruto. There is a meaning to it. So
that's good.
Definitely
awesome.
can't wait to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Did everybody answer? I want to make sure I'm not skipping anybody.
Right
We're
here,
going
I
down the
think.
list.
For me, for 01, I have to give it to Flying Falcon, because those wings, when he goes to kick, look beautiful. And I love all of 01's kicks, but Flying Falcon definitely takes the cake for me. As far as Saber goes, I got to bring it back to our boy Buster. That final, like his debut when he henshins for the first time, he's henshined for like 3 seconds before he's like, oh, I'm doing the finisher, watch out. And then Rintaro's just like, hey, dude, you got to duck because this is about to be insane. And then just one slash, boom, that's it. Bye. Stuff like that. I love it. So yeah, I would give it to Buster for Saber.
Nice. Before we go, I just wanted to get a word from everybody on where you would like the future of Reiwa to go. Like, is there like a certain theme or something that you'd like to be shown off in the series? Just something you've been thinking of. And AJ, once again, I will allow you to go.
Can you say that question one more time? Where I'd like to go?
Yeah, the future of Reiwa. Like, is there a certain kind of like, so like 01 was AI. Saber has been, books and other kinds of madness. Is there another kind of special theme you think would be cool for a writer series going forward?
Just because it happened in Zio and the years coming up, I still want Shinobi.
Yes.
I still want those ninjas.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree with you. Ninjas are cool. How about you, Carl?
For me, I honestly want them to just take it back. I mean, we kind of got it with 01, so it probably won't be for a while, but take it back to like the armored bug motifs, like Kabuto, like Blade, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, we kind of got it with 01, but I love that kind of motif when it comes to the series itself. And honestly, just using cards, I think suits and cards are some of the coolest classification systems ever. Again, I'm just chilling for Blade, but whatever. I want Blade 2.0 is what I'm saying. I just want Blade 2.0.
I knew you were saying that.
I have two, if that's all right, real quick, because I've thought about this for a long time. One of them would be a multiple rider season. I would love to see a multi-rider season where their powers are just the old Showa riders. It could be an anniversary season for it to make more sense, but I would love to see just like new versions or like updated versions of all those suits and or powers for like a multi-rider show where like you get to meet them throughout the series. I think that would be amazing. My second one, and Toei, please, if you're listening, hear me out. Chefs, okay?
Oh, yes.
multiple rider or single rider chefs. Gimmicks could be seasonings, and like salt, pepper. It could be like a best match situation. It could be aged foods. It could be smoked seasonings or like smoked. I went to culinary school, so I have like a bunch of little things about that. But like, you could have like villains be certain type of ingredients or like cooking methods. And that brings me into my next thing. Upgrades could be different types of cooking methods. Like I mentioned earlier, let's say our main writer is like salt. He could have smoked salt for an upgrade. His final form could be something that's like mixed with that. I'm telling you, I've thought about this way too long, so I'm glad I finally get to talk about it.
Himalayan salt, right?
Exactly.
Rock
Exactly.
salt,
The pink
rock
form.
powers. Oh my
Yeah.
god, this could be
Dude,
great.
Bombay,
like-
strongest.
I just think it would be amazing, and like having a villain be Sugar would be so smart because Sugar's supposed to be sweet. But I love that Kamen Rider always tries to like subvert expectations, and I'm so happy I get to talk about this, guys, because Sophie's the only person that knows about this idea. But I need Kamen Rider to give me a chef rider, because the other thing, last thing here, knives in the kitchen world are like a sword. Or and saber like a pen, they are your tool. So if I could have a sword weapon that's like a kitchen knife, dude, you got my money. Take it.
I'm waiting for the spatula now.
People are thinking about this in the comments now. The main belt is an oven.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh,
I love
dude,
it.
and it bakes.
Love it.
It's just an easy bake oven on your stomach.
There's another person in the chat who's like, guest spot with Kamen Rider G.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
there you
wine,
go.
beautiful,
The wine.
exactly. And I would love to see obviously Kabuto get in there, or any person that cooks in the Rider series. I don't know. I just think it would be really cool. And Toei, just take it away. Don't worry, you don't have to credit me or anything. It's all good.
We should talk about this after the stream.
Dude, let me know.
I'm in
love
it.
that.
I'm in it.
I love that idea.
Egg
That's
time
pretty
for a
funny.
countdown.
Egg
There
time
you go.
countdown.
Dang, I'm so into this now.
Love
man.
it. Love it.
Watch, all of a sudden, 2022 coming.
I'm
New
waiting,
chef
dude.
writers.
If it comes out, I'll just be so happy. I wouldn't even be bummed they went with it. I'll just be so happy. My
I'd be
dreams
sad
come
because
true.
like the jerseys would just be the chef outfits, just the white ones. You're like, shoot.
That'd be
man.
amazing.
Well, I'll just
I
get
can right
matching
now.
hats.
Oh,
There's somebody at Toei.
Great.
Exactly.
There's somebody at Toei right
Oh.
now. Like, how did he know? Who told him?
That'd be amazing.
Oh man. How about you, Brian? What do you want to see in the future of Reiwa?
I kind of wanted to go back to like kind of Showa style and have like an evil organization create another cyborg, because we haven't had anything like that in like a long time. Where, you know, the Kamen Rider is something that the actual villain created by accident. Every time we look at Kamen Rider, it's like, oh, Kamen Rider is a fantastic hero. It's like, no, the original Kamen Rider was supposed to be a villain.
Mhm.
So I'd love to see like stuff like that come back into motion. We kind of got it with 01, and those are spoilers that I can't say again, where, you know, certain writers become writers because of certain things that happen to them. But I honestly would just love to see like a big evil organization come back to like, hey, I'm turning you into a cyborg. Double was close enough, but
Yeah.
Also, by the way, I am now thinking about this chef writer now. It's actually
Told you, man.
this might go on the report to Toei, guys.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
so
I
what
love
I'm
that.
hearing is another collaboration with Shinkenger, where we have Sushi Power Ranger.
Listen, hold up before you finish that thought, because I literally was gonna say I want a sushi rider. Let's
Oh,
get a
yes.
sushi themed rider.
Yes.
Like,
That
and
would
it's just
perfect.
piggybacking off of Gem. Like Gem
Yes.
came through with the fire idea of the chef.
Go
Let's
for
make
it.
him a sushi chef.
Go off.
All
Go
right,
off.
all right.
Let's and especially after this week's episode of Zenkaiju that had the sushi monster, like sushi is on my mind, and it's like a sushi themed rider would be amazing.
His roles could be the forms too.
Dragon Roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so smart.
Caterpillar role.
Hey, you know, with all these food writers, you know, it would be a good way to bring in.
Don't say it.
I didn't know anything. Just
I want to
saying.
know what Zach has to say on what he'd like to see coming from Reiwa.
Yeah, that was it. I want a sushi rider. I
Okay. Yeah, just dang. He had another idea and just pick it. Damn, sushi.
No, yeah, no. That
Respect.
was, like as soon as Jem said chef rider, I was like, "Are you in my head right now, man?" Because like, I have a similar idea. It's not necessarily chef eccentric, but kind of because sushi.
Dang.
I think Jem and I just became best friends. So
That's awesome, dude. Great minds think alike.
What about you, Liz?
You know what? I grew up on a farm, so if I could ever have like a farming or agriculture, I know that's like the craziest theme ever, right? You're like, okay, like, we got dinosaurs, we got cars, ninjas, and agriculture. But I mean, you could have like a corn rider. I mean, orange work is fine. You had an orange rider. We could have like a corn rider and a soybean rider, and yeah, I know, wake up and milk the cows rider. It's kind of boring, but there's some tractors and stuff.
You speak of soybean, but like literally, I was thinking like, what kind of handle should I actually start putting on mine? I was just thinking like tofu rider. And tofu just happens to be made out of like soybean.
Yeah.
There you go, man. Yeah, we could have an or a farming. I'd love to see a rider with like kind of a fake like hat. It would be more like a trucker cap, not really cowboy hat. Maybe like a pitchfork or something as its main weapon. I don't know. Look, the chef idea obviously got a lot more interest. But I grew up on a farm, so
I mean,
cows.
Technic is like half tractor already, so like it's halfway there. So like a cool like farming equipment rider would be kind of sick.
Definitely.
A big scythe weapon.
Ooh, yes.
Hey,
like
people are down for this, man.
He could be like fighting for like his land or something. Like, you know, big company wants to like take over like his farm.
It's just
like,
Seven Samurai
my
Rider.
farm.
That's
Well,
That's brilliant.
You get a little buildy because of Kamen and like his farm and everything, like back where he lives. There's stuff there. I'm just saying.
Yes.
There's definitely stuff there.
If you're listening.
Speaking of Kazumin, I do want to see more actors coming back as Kamen Riders. I mean, we already got like Kamen Rider Alpha coming back for the new Saber movie. At least the actor, he's going to be the main villain for that. So I would love to see more like actors come back.
I like Floof's idea, Cyberpunk Rider.
Yes.
Here's the thing,
How long will it take though?
If it did come out, it would be very glitchy. The episodes wouldn't release on time. It just go right through people.
Just speaking as somebody who played on PC, I never really encountered all that many problems with the game. So
I played on PC. After about an hour, the game was like, "Nah, fam, you ain't gonna play that." Like, what? No.
Let's just say one of my favorite glitches will not be kid appropriate. Let's just say that. That's good for a kid show.
That was. How does that happen?
It's just one of these. That's all it was. It was just one of these.
Now that I'm thinking about, like, you know, the whole food, the whole chef and food corporation with your farm, there could just be the writer who lives on a farm also as a chef, you know?
It
could easily be their background.
He's farm to table. That's his whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. His whole thing, he does his finisher, it's like, it's all natural.
I love that.
Okay. I feel like we just workshopped at least 4 seasons of Rider.
Yep. So wait, listen, you can have these ideas. We'll take payment in merchandise. It's fine.
I will be a farmer.
Right? I can't wait for Twitter to go, well, will you guys write the series for us?
I will move to Japan. I will learn Japanese, and I will happily.
Oh man, but yeah, guys, this was fun. Reiwa is just getting started. I'm looking forward to seeing what it has to offer. But in the meantime, though, I mean, this is today.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys watch it in 85 minutes, y'all. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, so our friend Brian and our friend Jonathan went to Japan during that, and he had I asked him to pick me up some stuff. I have that commemorative coin for that movie. I love this coin. Like, I don't even want to take it out of the plastic. I'm just like, no, you stay in there. And then like, oh, here we go. Oh, there we go. Dude. Yes.
Very nice.
Awesome. Oh wait, here's a good one right here. I like this one right here. Kamen Rider Bluefin.
It's the tuna rider. Yeah,
This is trying to haunt my nightmares.
Look, guys, I'm telling you, this show, I think it's got legs, guys. I think it could work.
Rider that uses toys.
Right. But anyway, guys, remember,
thanks, Liz.
go watch this movie, and in 2 minutes, the interview will go live on our YouTube channel with the producer of 01. So make sure you check that out, and look at all the cool behind scenes stuff he's going to talk about. So, but guys, this was fun.
Yes.
We're gonna get off here so you guys can go watch the interview, and right after that, watch the movie.
Before we go, can I say something real quick? Do you mind if
you just did though. I could.
I would appreciate it. But I know AJ mentioned this during the live stream earlier, but we do have the SHF Saber coming actually in, and here's Blades, at least the first look of it right here. So that's all exciting.
Yeah, dude. So that means all
Make
like
sure
the stores
to-
get them.
Make sure to leave it in my inside the Daiza, and I'll come get that later.
Oh my goodness. You know, I live the closest. I'll get there before you.
I will find you.
AJ,
But anyways, guys, yeah, this has been great. Off to a good start, and please go enjoy the interview and also enjoy Reiwa the first. So we will see you guys tomorrow for the last day for the Q&A panel, the photo contest, and all the other stuff. See you later, guys.
bye.
Bye.
Hit like.